So in this webcast, I will show you with QuizCom column permissions how you can control the visibility of specific lists form fields in your new edit and view item forms. This way you can turn your SharePoint list forms into dynamic and smart forms that display only relevant fields according to the current user and situation. This product is an app, so you can use it on your Office 365 environment and SharePoint 2013 environment as well. So a little bit about QuizCom before I begin my webcast. QuizCom is one of the leading providers of SharePoint add-ons, and we have over 50 products and add-ons for SharePoint on-premise and cloud environments. Each product solves a SharePoint challenge, and let's all be in agreement. We all face a few SharePoint challenges in our lives. The challenge that I want to discuss with you today is um, have you ever filled out a form that's out of the box? However, there's no logic or context when multiple users use it. All users see the same fields, and you just want to add some logic in there without having to um, connect to an external application such as SharePoint Designer or InfoPath, which is being discontinued in the coming months for those that you don't know about that. So this can all be done with our QuizCom Forms app, and I'll show you how today. So dynamic column permissions, display, deactivate, and hide fields. These are the main features of QuizCom dynamic column permissions. So the, these rules that you create, you can also set dynamic conditions on them, and I'll show you in a live demo later on how easily and quickly you can set these up. Column permission app is part of QuizCom Forms app. So not only do you have dynamic column permission features, you have other powerful features too, as building multi-tab forms and building constraints. If you're interested in these other features, please subscribe to our mailing list for future webcasts. Also, it prevents unauthorized access to your forms. And like I mentioned before, there's no need for SharePoint Designer or custom development at all. So let me go to the live demo. Okay, so here is my SharePoint site on Office 365. As you can see, I have a support case list, and this is used by multiple users, such as the end user and the support engineer who manages the support case. So I'll show you what it looks like out of the box. Currently, I have no dynamic column permission set. This is how the, the list looks like. The same fields are displayed for every user. Okay, so some fields such as internal comments, assigned to, and status, they may not have relevance to the end user submitting the support case, only to the support engineer. So I would like to hide these. So I'll set up some rules to do that. Also, I have some drop-down menus here for category. There's really no need to display all these drop-down fields. I want to set up some rules where If I select the hardware selection in my category field, that will only display the hardware field here instead of displaying both. And I'll show you how easily that's set up. So let's do something about this. I will now customize this out-of-the-box SharePoint list form into a dynamic and smart form. The benefit of this is it allows us to only display relevant fields according to the current user and situation on our form. The form is more focused with less fields rather than displaying all the fields. So this is easily done with simple configurations with dynamic column permissions. So I don't need to use info path or SharePoint Designer. So let's go to the menu here. So end users should be very comfortable configuring these settings because the settings is just right in the ribbon. So I'll just click it here. And this brings me to the app homepage. And I'll be going into the dynamic column permissions menu right here. So let me show you how this app works. You can easily create dynamic column permissions by opening the app homepage here. From the app homepage, you can create rules. The first rule is to set the hardware field um, to hide. I will hide it in the new, edit, and view forms. Okay. I will also set a condition that for this rule where it only triggers when the category field value is hardware is not selected. I click apply to save the rule. And my second rule, and vice versa for the software field, which I will create the second rule for this situation. So I'll select the software field and I'll set up the rule in the same format as the hardware field. Okay, so I save that. So let's see how this works. I'll go back to my support case list. So opening the new form, as you can see, it's a bit different now. Before I could see all three drop-down fields, category, software, and hardware. Now I only see the category field, and based on the rules that I just set, it will dynamically hide the software or hardware field based on the selection I make in category. So let's select hardware. And as you see, when I select hardware, it dynamically displays the hardware field. Let's change my selection to software. As you can see, the hardware field is hidden now and only the software field displays. So in a few clicks and in a couple minutes, I was easily able to create logic into my form. Okay, so let's continue. The status field displays the status of the current support case here. End users should only be able to view the status. However, they should not be able to edit it. So for my third rule, I will disable the status field to the end users. Also, the internal comments and assign to fields should not be displayed to the end users. Only support engineers should be able to view and edit these fields. So I'll create rules for that situation as well. So let's go back to our settings menu and I'll create a rule for the status field. Okay, so I will apply it to the new edit and view form. I will disable this field and my condition is the current user So what this condition means is um, this rule only applies to QA user 2, which is my end user. It will not apply to me. This can also be valid for groups, but for this demo, I'm using users. Okay. As mentioned before, for my fourth and fifth rule, I'll be hiding the internal comments and assign to fields. And now I'll do the same for my internal comments field. Okay, and that's it. I'll click apply again and save. And let's go back to our form to see how it looks like. Okay, I already showed you the category, my first and second rule for the category field. So now I'm currently logged in as a support engineer. So let me open this page as an end user, which has the rule applied to it. So let me just copy the link here. Open another browser and logged in as the end user. So I am now logged in as the end users, and as you see, this form is very different from the form as if I was viewing it as a support engineer. Now, as the end user, the status field is disabled, and so is the internal comments and assign to fields, which has no relevance to me. Okay, so In a couple of minutes, I was easily able to transform my out-of-the-box form into a smart and dynamic form using column permission rules in QuizCom Forms app. So you can do that too. Please download this app and try it out. I guarantee you can create more productive business processes after using this app. There is no info path or SharePoint designer required, and it is very simple and straightforward settings menu, which I just showed you, and business SharePoint business users can easily and quickly design smart and dynamic forms this way. So again, in summary, going over my webcast, the main features of dynamic column permissions is you can display, deactivate, and hide fields. This applies to the new edit view forms and even the quick edit form in SharePoint 2013. You can base your rules on conditions as well. And column permissions app, you can buy it as a standalone or it can be part of Forms app. And the main benefit here, it prevents unauthorized access. And there's no SharePoint designer or custom development required. Again, if you'd like to try out this app, please feel free to go to the Office 365 store and download it and trial it for free. If you have any questions, please let me know. My email is at anthony@quizcom.com, and I can certainly help you with any questions or configurations that you have during your trial. So that's it for my webcast. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions right now, I can certainly answer them.